What exactly makes a race exciting? Hello, my name is Alex Does F1 Stuff, and welcome back to it is a random F1 episode, but it's a slightly different random F1 episode. And today we are looking at the very subjective matter of what makes a race exciting. So we've just come off the back of absolutely insane Italian Grand Prix weekend, with some people rating it 10 out of 10. I myself rate it 10 out of 10 as a race, but others don't. Others don't see it as a particularly exciting race. So I'm going to sort of delve into what exactly is excitement. Like, what is it? How can we break it down, and how does it affect the races? So if we just take a look at maybe just some categories first, just a couple little categories. We've got suspense. I feel suspense adds something to an exciting race. And then of course there's action. Is there any on-track action, any, like overtakes, any crashes, anything like that to come under action? And then we've got surprise, as I feel surprise can lead to overall excitement. So under suspense, we've got races like Abu Dhabi in 2016, where you just didn't know if Rosberg was going to do enough, if he was going to be overtaken, was Hamilton going to actually back him up into the pack, and you just didn't know. And then that's why it was so suspenseful. Or even just recently, you have Monaco 2019. Were Hamilton's tyres going to last? That was truly suspenseful. Was Max Verstappen ever going to go for a pass? Was he going to make it off? You just didn't know. And then we have action. You can look towards an action-packed race like Baku 2017. You've got some collisions. You've got some just all sorts of manners of different things happening. You've got a headrest coming off. When does that ever happen in a Formula 1 race? That's never happened unless it is an action-packed race. Or even any overtakes. Bahrain 2014. A solid race for the lead. The Grand Prix victory. That's the type of racing we want to see. And there was even some spectacular crashes. And then of course on the other side we have surprise. Just recently, as I've mentioned before, Italy 2020. One of the most surprising results probably of this decade. A race that was 166,000 to 1 on this podium. You couldn't get any more surprising than that. And then at the same track, just 12 years ago, about to say 11, but 12 years ago, you have another surprising result. And then even 2011, the Canadian Grand Prix, another truly surprising result. But again, we can even get rid of those three categories and we can choose some more as exactly what comes under exciting. Controversy. Controversy can come under an exciting race. So can elation, and so can pain. And if we just take a look at some controversial moments, we've got some of the Schumacher titles. And of course, we've got some collisions between Prost and Senna. That caused some huge controversy, but it made it mega exciting. And then we have some championship winning races causing the most elation possible. Alonso 2005 and 2006, look at what that means to him, and it created an exciting race. Even 2009, Brazil, the championship deciding race, Button carving his way through the pack. It was incredible to watch, and that was exciting. But then on the flip side you have pain. But pain can cause excitement. Pain can lead to surprise. You have Mika Häkkinen retiring from the Italian Grand Prix in 2000, I believe that was. And then again, just recently, you have Valtteri Bottas comfortably leading the Baku Grand Prix until a puncture, something completely out of his control, causing him immense pain, but it led to an exciting race. And again, we can get rid of those 3 categories and we can choose some more. We have anticipation, we have politics, and we've got sportsmanship as well. And coming under anticipation, we have Austria 2020. Coming off of the bat of one of the longest off-season breaks, we ended up with one of the most highly anticipated races, or the return to racing, and we got a stellar race from that. And then even the title decider in 2010, that was a highly anticipated race, and it was mega exciting. And of course, politics comes into things as well, and it can lead to excitement. You have the Racing Point saga that is currently still ongoing throughout this season, but it causes exciting races because you have a car that's doing so well, that's putting itself up there, and it's causing excitement throughout the season. And of course, you have decisions like the Canadian Grand Prix. That was a highly political and somewhat controversial decision as well, but it led to a very exciting race. And then on the flip side of sportsmanship, it just shows the humanity of the sport, and it shows that everyone is human, and it just again creates excitement. That is the whole theme of this video, is every little category incites excitement. But if we just take a look at all of these categories, you don't even have to look at them individually. You can chuck a load of them together. For example, suspense, action, surprise, and elation. And what do you end up with? Italy 2020, the race just gone. It had all of those, and maybe even more that I haven't even mentioned. And then conversely, we can look at suspense, action, surprise, elation, and anticipation, and we end up with Austria 2020. McLaren's first podium for Lando Norris, Ferrari on the podium as well, with Bottas taking the victory after the most highly anticipated race of the season. But overall, excitement is personal. It comes down to your own personal views, your own personal way of thinking about how excitement is caused. And that can be exactly what categories you choose. It can be anything. You can think of a race that is suspenseful is exciting, whereas somebody else may think a race that is suspenseful is boring because nothing happened, there wasn't any action, because they prefer action. So an action-packed race to them is exciting, but maybe not to somebody else. And that is the whole point. Excitement is extremely subjective, and it is very, very personal. But that is all I've got for you today, guys. I hope you have enjoyed that little, I don't know, kind of informative race about excitement. But yes, that's all I've got for you today, guys. I hope you have enjoyed, and I will catch you in the next video with whatever and whenever I decide to make it. I'll see you guys then.